Tell us your name.
Walter Samuel Backus.
Where are you originally from?
Well, my parents were born in St. Vincent, but their parents, which is my grandparents, they came directly from India. On my father's side, my father, which is my grandfather on my father's side, he was brought here from India. He was kidnapped. As a matter of fact, I have this book, which is the Kingsway's history, right? And as a preliminary, I will just read a little bit. This carries some of the stories in India. He said, in the time of Frederick the Great and Pitt, Britain was busy in Canada and India, a new world of the West and an old world of the East. But what do we mean by India? Big question. He said, while Britain was still an unexplored island, lying on the edge of the known world and peopled by half savages, India even then had its fine cities, splendid buildings and temples, and untold riches. That was India. There is where my roots are.
Alright, so we're here with another one of our seniors as we feature some of the seniors of Indian descent and talk about their times growing up and what they recall about the Indian presence in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Can you tell me your name, please?
Teresa Jack.
Your age?
89 years.
And former occupation?
We're just housewife and store worker.
Where do you live and where were you born?
Right now I'm living in Villa, but I was born in Richland Park. I grew up in Richland Park, but about 22 years ago I moved down to Villa. So right now I'm living in Villa.
Do you remember your parents' names and their occupations, what they did?
Yeah, my mother was Alice Backus and my father, Joseph Backus. My father died in an accident when he was just about 50 years old. When we got married, we didn't have anything. We were very poor, but my mom gave us a machine, and my husband used to make caps and go and sell them. And there's where he started his business, buying and selling, making clothes and sell all the years. That is where we started business, and I grew up in the business and helping the business until we are here today.
And today you now have Jack's Enterprises, which your husband and yourself built to what
Jack's
it is
Enterprises.
today.
But Jack's Enterprises is run now by my children because I'm retired.
Well, how would you say things are now compared to, let's say, when you were growing up 40, 50, 60 years ago, in terms of the Vincentian way of life and the way how people relate to each other?
It's much different now than when I was growing up. Because when I was growing up, we couldn't eat like what we could eat today. We used to eat breadfruit morning, noon and night. But now you can eat anything else you want to. So it's much different right now.
Any special treasured memories, things that you remember most when you were growing up that you would want to tell us about? Special moments in your life?
The only thing I could remember about my grandmother, when she used to live with us, we got radio in St. Vincent, and then the radio was played all day. So she said in the evening, Teresa, did you all give those guys some drink? They sing all day. I want to know if they get anything to drink. I said, yes, Granny, we give them something to drink. Because she couldn't see, so she didn't understand.
Okay. So you remember a lot about your grandmother?
Yeah, because she stayed with us when I was home. When she got blind, my mom took her to live.
Tell us your full name.
Samuel Augustine Dean.
Okay, and what you used to do in terms of
Well, we used to work land and cultivate land and so.
a farmer.
Farmer, and then we used to trap it. Go from the Grenadines Island to Trinidad with this stuff now.
Okay. For the culture and stuff like that?
Yes, my grandfather told me that when he left India, he was 12 years old with the parents there, and he was fully educated with 12 years now. And so it took 3 months from India to reach the West Indies. But so then make a stop at Africa to buy food stuff, you know.
Okay.
And she never see bigger pumpkin and bigger yam in Africa. And when they left, they traveled until they reached St. Vincent. But it's down somewhere down Young Soil, and the boat come in and they pitch the boat there.
Okay. So they told you that they landed at Young Island, around the area, Indian Bay, Young Island area?
Yes.
Okay,
But my grandmother and I come on that trip, you know. Only my grandfather. My grandmother come on a different trip because she come from Madras.
My name is Elise Williams. My father died when I was very young, so I didn't even get to go to school, but still I could still read and so a little bit, you know. And my father died when I was only 14 and a half years. My father was Wilson Thomas, and he died when he was 37 years. My mother was Elmina Thomas, and she come from Richland Park.
Okay.
She died when she was 72. She died.
They didn't mention anything about who came before that?
No, I don't remember.
What about life in earlier times when you were growing up? Some of the things you remember when you were a little girl into your teenage years and now as an adult. Tell me some of the things that you remember from those days.
We used to go with me daddy. Look after cattle thing.
You could tell me some of those stories too, no problem. You could share those.
I used to go with him, but he used to milk the cattle and give me the milk to bring up, and he sometimes I had to go with him to cut grass and so. You know, them days the children have to do a lot and then come back. So that's why I didn't get to go to school, because he had to stay in the land to walk. And then when I go to school now, I come back to carry his lunch. Then we only half the school. And we used to go to school, a private school, and we used to pay penny a week.
Can you tell me your full name and your occupation, please?
Patrick Dean, retired businessman.
Okay.
Right.
And what was your former occupation?
Railwayman in England.
Okay.
It's a railwayman.
And how old are you now?
Next month I'll be 75.
Okay. Where do you currently live?
Since I came back from England, I set up my home here
In Golden Vale.
in Golden Vale, yeah. But I lived before in Acres. I was born in Cane End.
What were your parents' names and what
My
they did?
father's name was Donald Dean of Acres. My mother's name was Veronica De Silva. She was from Cane End. Where are they?
As it relates to the SVG Indian Heritage Foundation, do you know about the Indian Heritage Foundation?
yeah.
Right. If so, what do you know about it? About your
Well,
foundation?
When it first started, I used to go. I must go about 2-3 times.
What would you like to see in terms of the organization accomplish?
I
Good while
don't know
back.
what their long thing is. What is their long thing plan? What have they got? What is the future of it? I notice they're trying to link up with India, right? Which is, for me, is the right direction, because India has so much to offer, right? India, from an educational thing, India has so much to offer, so much. And what about the Indians? They don't have Indians in Grenada?
Yeah, I believe they do, but I think I'm not sure if they have an organization there.
Well, maybe if they don't have an organization, then we can feel out and reach out to them, because we are all one people. We are all
Sure, they
one
have
people.
one. I'm sure they have.
They have Indians in St. Lucia, they have Indians in Barbados, they have Indians all over the Caribbean. Lots of Indians in Trinidad.
But Trinidad has their own establishment in terms of how fully functioning organization.
Well, all right, so
there as well.
maybe we should try to link up with them and learn from them.
Can you give me your full name and occupation, please?
Noel Adolph Sully,
Okay, and where do you currently reside?
Rosebank.
Your parents, what about their names and their occupations? What did they do?
My mother was a homemaker, and my father was a laborer. Did all kind of odd jobs. He did farming mostly, but he would migrate every now and again to England, where he would make some money and come home because he didn't want to leave his children alone. So he'd do 2 years and come home, and then maybe spend like 4 years and then go back again and come again.
In terms of the foundation itself, the Asfiji Indian Heritage Foundation, are you aware of the organization, and if so, what are you aware of in terms of the functions?
I'm
of the
not aware of the full functioning of the organization, because had it not been for Luan and you were there when they came.
Yes, you passed by.
We would not have been really educated about the heritage, and as such, the people around here, I think I might know more about the heritage than the others, even the new members that we recruited. So I think the heritage has to make a genuine effort to talk to people, talk to the Indians, although there are not many left, and this side from Barley down, and make them aware of what is going on and how important this is to you as an Indian.
I am Winston Backus of Richland Park, retired education officer. My family came out of the belly of indentured laborers from India on the Argyle estate. My grandmother came from India as a young girl. She married Ridley Backus, also of Argyle, and produced a large family. My father, Nathaniel, their fourth son, married Beatrice Sutherland, also born on the Argyle estate, and the marriage produced 12 children. When the estate changed hands, they moved to Richland Park and built a small wooden house with outdoor toilet and a detached kitchen. They were very poor, and they eked out a living doing agriculture on a small bit of land they had bought. They had 12 children, 4 boys, Gerald, Lauren, Grafton, and Winston, and 8 girls, Vonnie, Clarice, Elrita, Albertina, Ida, Inez, Armin, and Evelyn. Only 2 boys and 3 girls remain. My father, Nathaniel Backus, died in 1988 at the age of 96 years, and my mother died in 1960 at the age of 60.
Tell me your full name and your occupation, please.
Sadie Ann Myrtle Bowman.
Okay. And where do you currently live?
This is Richland Park, and is here I rail. I born and rail. You
Okay.
understand? Yeah.
Remember most, some treasured memories, some things that you can always remember, good times. Any of those that come to mind?
Well, long time days, children are be rude like now. We used to go in one another yard, and you see, skip together and have a little round dodge together, and then in the evening now you get home, you have to go and tote water. You understand? Because we not behind a pipe like people have now. Or we used to have pipe now. But our days we had to go. Well, we had a place out there. They call it Spring, Stirling Spring. So we used to go there and fetch water from there and then get back home.
You enjoyed the little talk and the exchange that we had, the
Oh yes,
conversation.
oh yes, oh yes.
All right, so let me thank you very much and wish you all the best.
Okay.